Makeup makes some feel beautiful, and I have no problem with makeup. And the ones for low self-esteem, it builds your self-esteem up. For those who probably been told you're ugly, you heard this all your life. Or you heard it by a boyfriend who's jealous and don't want you to be with no one else. Makeup is for those who, don't feel that they're cute enough, cute like someone else or whatever. But I have no problem with makeup. I'm glad they make makeup for people who do feel that way, or feel like they look in the mirror and be like, I'm not cute enough or something. But they got makeup for you can feel beautiful. And it may not even be true. You may be a great looking person, but your mind and self-esteem is so messed up to where you believe in that you're not. So I love makeup, and I'm glad they make it. And for the ones who have low self-esteem, you just have to remind yourself that the stuff is not true. That you have to keep telling yourself it's not true. I am a nice looking person, And if you want to keep wearing your makeup, go ahead and wear that makeup. If it makes you feel good, go ahead and keep wearing it. If you want to take the steps to not wearing it and want to tell yourself that, I could look beautiful without it, then you can do that. But if you can't handle something, don't do it if you can't handle it. Okay, if you want to keep wearing your makeup because of your low, it's all of a low self-esteem part. If you wear makeup only because you think you're ugly, so if you want to, it's your life, do what you feel like you want to do, so, for far as makeup go, it should be, I'm glad they make it. I'm glad they make hair, because there's some people out there think that their hair are uglier, who don't like their hair, and so they got different type of hair out there you could put on your head so you can look better, so if you don't like something, change it. So that's all I have to say about that. Extensions or weave, or whatever you want to call it. Some girls put that in maybe for a new style or for fun. I do it for fun. It is also made for people who have to wear it for some kind of problem or whatever. But it's also, to me, made to where you could be, change it up, make things fun with your hair. To me, that's what I see it as. But for other people, there's some people out there who want different hair, or who don't feel like their hair long enough like somebody else's hair is. They do have it to where you can go and buy hair and put that in, and you look good, in that hair. So I'm glad they make that too. I'm glad that there's things out there to build self-esteem up. And then weave also too, to me, is make you feel good, make you feel, which is, if that make you feel good to buy some hair, there's nothing wrong with wearing it, It's hair that you can wear short, long, take it out, put some more in. You can also have fun with that. So there's people who are out there who there's people who maybe hair can't grow, and they or can't comb or something like that. Being African American, sometimes you wouldn't need to run to hair. So I'm glad they got that out there. So to where you can braid it and stuff, and like I said, it also brings up your self-esteem too. So there's nothing wrong with wearing. I don't think it's a sin wearing hair, but if you want to wear that too to make you feel good, go ahead and wear that. Rock it. So, my opinion about that too. For thick women out there, bigger people, don't worry about it, because there are somebody out there who like bigger people. Okay, there is people out there that like bigger people. So don't even sweat it when people tell you you're fat and all that stuff. It's someone out here who talk about bigger people so bad, And the thing about it is that they need to realize there are a lot of people out here that like thicker people. There is a lot of people who like thicker folks. So you don't even have to worry about folks saying anything about your weight at all, because there are people who's in a relationship, been in a long relationship, who is thick. So if they can get someone, you can too. Don't even worry about what folks saying. If they call you names, if they call you fat, hey, it's true. Okay, the thing about it is, note that you can get somebody, because there are people out there that like thick people, and that's for sure. And then also too, if you don't like being thick, hey, either exercise or get a liposuction. And like I said, they got that out there too, where you can do that. You can get thin overnight. So that's a good thing about it. So when they talk about you, you need to know that, hey, look, whatever you're talking about, you need to put in your head that whatever a person laughing about you about, that you can change it. So you know, no need to be sitting there and be like, oh, no one want me, or because of this. And another thing is, you only feel like that because somebody done talked about you. Okay, and I don't know why, but you don't need to take that and listen to that, okay, at all. Okay, if you feel like you don't feel good about yourself, go out there and buy your beautiful outfit, that make you feel better, about yourself. They got good outfit, they got nice looking clothes out there, and to make a thicker person look better, and stuff like look good, or maybe feel good about yourselves, they got all kind. They got all kinds of stuff to be saying here, worrying about what folks say about you, really. And then, like I said, there are people out there that like thicker people. So don't even, why you sit and worry about what one person say? This world's so big with so many people, to where there are songs out there about thicker girls, and stuff like that. How guys like thicker, choose thicker women. And like when I used to be really skinny, I used to envy girls with bigger legs and wanted bigger legs. While they was sitting there feeling sorry for themselves, I was wanting like legs like them, So I experienced being thinner and thicker. Okay, I used to get called, I'm not gonna lie, called flat chest is the most thing that I ever worst wanted to hear, So called flat chested, flat booty, and that stuff like that. That right there just made me feel like I don't know what. Okay. So, like I said, I enjoy being a little thicker, so it doesn't matter. But people sit there and talk about, some people, okay, not the whole world talk about thicker people, but some people sit there and talk about a thicker person so darn bad, to where, they probably would make someone feel bad about themselves, but I wouldn't sweat that either, because like I said, it's different things to change that, and not all people want someone who's not thin. So for the ones who suffer behind low self-esteem because of what someone told them before, you need to tell yourself that you're much more than what you think about yourself, because God think highly of you. Okay, He would have made you that way. He would have made you. He made you wherever you is for a reason. He made you however you want for a reason. Okay. And don't think that He don't love you like He love everybody else. He loves every single person on this earth. If you have low self-esteem, He loves you abundantly, So I wouldn't even think about what somebody's saying about me. I said not everybody gonna think that about you. So just take that maybe as my opinion. If you don't, so it doesn't, so it just like, I say, you can take that as my opinion, if you don't think there's something that, that won't help you, then like I said, you may have to just practice on, make it feeling better about yourself, that there is people that bring other people down. You don't just bring yourself down. There's people that bring other people down. And the people who bring people down don't need to be bringing people down, because it's making other people feel bad so they can feel good about themselves. People talk about other people to make themselves feel better. And I think that's sad, because they can go and make themselves feel better without doing that. They can go and get counseling or something like that. They gotta bring other people down so they can feel good. Just bring this person low self-esteem down to make them feel like nothing. Okay, that's all it is. They feel bad about something. They want to start up something. Okay, so don't even listen to it. As far as relationships go, for people who's in a bad relationship to where a person is not really liking them at all, but just using them, you can find better than that. Don't think you have to stay with this person, because, you want to be alone, you'll be lonely and stuff. You're much better than that. God don't want people to feel like like they have to be with someone, or whatever, or they'd be lonely if they don't. They'd be just miserable. You'd be just miserable being with someone who who don't really appreciate you, someone who talk about you, someone who put you down, someone tell you you're nothing, someone who tell you you're stupid. I mean, love is not of that at all. It's not of, you know, if you love someone, you think God would call us stupid? You think God would call us dumb? You think God would hit you? You think God would abuse you? No. Okay, and his love for us is abundantly. He loves us. He loves us so bad, he give us his life, you know, so we can live. And we're sinners, you know. And the way I do that, because for one thing, you know, there's some selfish people in the world, you know, and there's some people who talk about people so bad, don't care about what you're going through. Someone even give a helping hand to you at all. And he died for someone like that too. You know, so like I said, you know, if you're in a relationship and you only with this person because you have low self-esteem and they told you that you ugly and nobody else is gonna want you, that's a lie. That is a lie. Don't believe it. Nobody gonna want them because they are the one cruel. So note that when they tell you no one wants you, no, they're gonna be the one having problems because they the one who's mean, and nobody gonna stay with no one like that. So, you know, don't let no one tell you that you ain't gonna find nobody. How you ain't gonna find nobody when you the nice one and they the one abusing you, man or female? Okay, there's females who abuse a man now too. So I'm not just talking about no man beat on no woman. I'm talking about there's females who use men too. Okay, because I know, you know, I know and heard of stories of females dogging out a man. So I'm talking about for anyone who's going through that. If you're a guy and a girl's taking advantage of you, calling you names, and you can get better. She won't though. Okay, if there's a guy who's mistreating a lady, you can find better. He won't though. Because why? He's the mean one. Okay, so don't let them run no mind games on you. Stop crying. Stop worrying. Yeah. Turn your worries over to God. He'll make a way. He's there for you. A day and night. Yeah. I call on him whenever you like. Stop crying. Stop worrying. Yeah. Turn your worries over to God. Stop crying. Stop worrying. Yeah. Turn your worries over to God. He will make a way out of no way. You got to believe. Don't give up now. He's got a blessing, and it's here for you. Yes, it is.